Well, hi everybody. Picking up after that break. Obviously, I've got a background. This is at the beginning of the route that I took. You saw the pergo, sort of pergo, and that was more natural, not like the ones that we build for our backyards, but it was an actual natural pergo like walkway, and this was at the beginning of that walkway. Um, or the end. Mm, one end or the other. And I know I got a different shirt on, I got a different background. I actually had recorded it all the way through, but I must have hit a button and missed that half. So I did the rest of the presentation on Friday in person. So it still turned out really nice. People were engaging and we enjoyed it, and this kind of goes out to them so they can see part two, but also to I'm going to add it to the first part of the presentation. So where we were, I think I had started to talk about, or I was getting ready to talk about the rain and where I was, and I was in this place called Apula, Portugal, and I had stayed in a lighthouse. I think I come across a picture. Thought it'd be cool to stay there for a couple of days. Well, there was no heat, and I stayed in my clothes in bed for 2 days. And yeah, I had some food that I couldn't microwave because there wasn't one. There was a stove and stuff, so I kind of got up and did some noodles and what have you. But that's just kind of one of those situations. The landlord there was upset with me already because I couldn't find the place, and I got a ride from a cab driver. Neither one of us could find it. It was on the beach, and so and it poured down raining the whole time that I was there. So I didn't miss anything outside, but there wasn't anything because it was raining and anyway, but I did get one of the best pictures I had the whole trip, and I'm going to take you there right now. All right. So oops. Let's go back. Uh, Let's see. I don't know why I'm not getting this in the way that I want it. Okay, so let me close some of my windows just in case I have PHI there. Yeah, I'm gonna close some of my windows and pull up the oops. Good thing I have good clients that sign off on me putting things on my website and stuff because I end up doing these kinds of things, and oh my God, I don't have the best of skills in the pulling the back and forth with pictures and stuff. But here we go. Okay. In the moment as we see. Okay. And I'll just move right along. But this was the best picture I think I took the whole trip. And there is some time where you walk through a lot of gangways like this, and this is a cobblestone road. The pathway is different, and it's foggy up above, but the colors are just fabulous. So definitely a picture that that just was an accident, and I should frame it though. All right, and it was here's that Apula where I was on the map. So Porto is down south of here where I started, which is in the background here. This is Porto. I'm trying to look at the camera better because that first half I wasn't looking at the camera as much. I was a little nervous too. So I was doing it the morning of meeting everybody in person. I get kind of squirrely when I do that sort of thing, but I do enjoy it once I get relaxed. might take me, and in this case, I lost half of it, so it took me a couple of days to kind of get this back. All right, here we go. Um, yeah, and just to give you kind of some picture of where I was, I'm gonna go ahead and play this video. Okay, so I'm about halfway into my walk today. I did wait it out a bit on the rain because the rain is daunting. So after getting soaked for a few days already. Yeah, so went to no makeup. It took a while, but I'm down to no makeup. Oh, and just enjoying scenery. Let's see if I can turn this around. All right, so that's that one, and I think that kind of gives you an idea how I was feeling that day. I'm not sure if that was before Apula and I slept in my clothes a couple of days or not, but here's some other, one of the really cool things about the Camino is that all the paths that you walk in on and is a metaphor for life, right? So my Camino becomes my paths in life. It becomes it seemed for me that the meaningful part of it was that I've come this far where I've been on many paths, many trails, many challenges along my life, but here I am today, that sort of thing. A lot of you know my story, clients, family, and even 1015 family do know my story, and so it's been quite colorful in all ways, and I'm always happy to share the details, and this is another time that I could do that. All right, so what did I do there? Oops. Am I still there? Yes. Pull up the pictures. Okay, here we go. So sometimes I get to yakking, and so a lot of times in Portugal, I think this is in Spain as well, that you've got the art in the um, in the middle of nowhere, or art in the city, murals, lots and lots of murals. This one's pretty. It's really pretty. I don't know what the blue thing is. Okay, just to give you some. So there we have this in our park, the brush um plant, and yeah, that's where they make those the brushes that go into the bottles to clean the bottles and stuff. And that's actually how they make them, from this plant. We have one in the back. They're not as big as this one, but they do become really tall. And this one, they've got plants coming out of the trash in Portugal. So you see these flowers. There was a holiday going on, and the ritual with the holiday is to put a wreath of flowers in front of your home. I don't know which holiday it was. I'd have to go back on the date. I took this walk starting in May. I was done on the 24th. I walked 19 days, 175 miles, or I was on the trail for 19 days. I walked 175 miles, and I taxied 17 miles, just to give you an idea how long that all took and everything. And let's see here. What else are we gonna look at? Okay, so these I guess we started looking at these signs. So I've got these signs everywhere. You've got the shell, and I got all kinds of jewelry since then to match that up. Here's some of the architecture that I found on the way. Portuguese are also famous for that tile, that blue tile. And cork. They're also famous for pork, which is kind of boring, but it is what it is. Um, yeah, there's another sign. This is how I found my way from where to turn, because they have these signs all over the place. And they're very um quick about doing that too. Sorry, I keep bouncing back to uh the Zoom thing. So I'm taping this on Zoom and I downloaded it into YouTube. I was familiar. This is not a new thing for me. I've been doing the podcast on Zoom and then downloading them into YouTube, but I don't usually share my screen with a bunch of pictures. So that's a little bit new to add that piece in there. So I'm not as eloquent in doing it. Okay. More signs. There's another one. And I would choose, if you've come in late, I'd choose not to do this on the phone so that you can see some of the pictures that get spread out here, because I'm not going to be opening every single one of them. But this is a beautiful sight right here. Ooh. Lots and lots of beauty, because we're coming along, getting close to the border of Spain and on the walk. Here's an example of the Algarve. So the Algarves are like hostels that are set up just for the Camino walk. Again, that is on every one of the routes, and this one is the Portuguese coastal route. So they used to provide a meal at every single one of those Algarves, and you could find one every night of your travel. But they no longer do the meal. Most of the places don't do a meal, but this particular place did. I chose only to do this part-time because I'm still kind of a princess. So I stayed in hotels and Airbnbs and other kinds of places um, uh, most of the time. And then I weaved in these Algarves so that I could have that experience. And this was a really fun night because we had all of those people. You can see the empty chair right here. That's where I was sitting. And so I wanted that experience of an Algarve. Down the road here, I've got the picture of the front of the place, but this is where you shower. You can do your laundry and of course meet people from all over the world. Just because I want to travel alone I don't want to be alone the whole time. So meeting up with people from around the world and finding out where they came from and what they're doing in their life and what they're doing on the Camino was very enriching, and wouldn't be the same just doing it by yourself. Okay. I just thought this was kind of interesting, and hey, I should frame this and give it to Deanna for the 1015 RV park. What do you think? Just kidding. Anyway, stop complaining. Yep, I thought it was pretty funny. Just a back road sign. Here's some more of those trails. Every single one of the paths were just different, and just like in life, right? Here's a couple of mothers doing bringing their kids on the trail. Most of them chose a shorter length of the route so that they could have that experience but not make it too hard on themselves. My days started out every morning with putting a really good lotion between my toes and that to keep the blisters away. And then on my body, it just really felt really good to self-soothe. And of course, at the end of the day, I would also stick my feet in cold water to soothe along here. Lots of little bridges going into the next village. Believe me, there was a European cafe within a mile or 2 miles every single day. So no problem with finding a restroom or getting a bite to eat. But you don't want to eat too much with that much walking. But anyway. So I didn't find my little arrow here. Oh, there it is. Here's a statue of a hiker. And it's a little bit of artwork here about the Santiago. It's not as easy as it looks, huh? To move to the next place. Oh, that's because that was the end. Okay, I'm gonna go to 7 now. More art. I mean, the more, I guess, flower wreaths on the family. Gosh, we should do that at Easter. It's so pretty. And more signs. Each path is different, and I love how these different paths on the the different bridges were the same. So when you think about in life, yeah, the bridge isn't always the same either, huh? The bridge from one place to the next, that transition from one part of your life to the next. More arrows, more signs. I was obsessed. So there were a lot of shrines that you would happen onto that looked like this. Okay. I think this one's not one I actually saw on the trail. So I took a picture just to kind of get you used to it, because down the road here at the end of my my presentation, I've got one I want to show you. Okay, that I experienced, and certainly moving. There's one I think from years ago. Yeah, people put stones and pictures and everything, so you can see how many people have passed through before you. Here's the front of an Algarve. One particular one. They don't all look like this, but this is one. This is that one I stayed in where all the people at the table, and you come in, people are having their dinner, their wine in the afternoon, getting ready. My routine was to plug everything in. I did have a battery pack as well because I took a lot of pictures, so I had that battery pack. And so I'd find a place to plug in. I didn't always take a shower at night. I took it in the morning, but I did soak my feet in water, in cold water, and then it was just kind of relaxing and making my home in my bunk bed. Sometimes I just put sheets all around so that I could have that privacy. And then I had my my blah, 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 my tripod as with my camera. Remember, by this time I've downsized into one little pack. The other packs didn't work, and so I'm down to one little pack. But I did take my the tripod, made the cut, so when I'm in my bunk bed at night, I'd put that up and put my phone on there and watch a movie or something, just to kind of relax and be going the next day. This is just a replica of a pilgrim. And see, this seashell has this is the traditional symbol. It hasn't always been the shell, I think, but that traditional symbol has been around forever. Oh yeah, starting to feel good now. Not looking as bad as those you know days that I was in the rain. And this is just an example of how the signs would be. You didn't know which way to go, so you'd look for your sign to move forward. Yeah, this one was going up a little bit. Again, we're headed towards Spain now, or almost in Spain, and headed off the coastal a little bit. So a lot of people start in Tui. You see Tui there. When I do a shorter trip, I'll probably start in Tui and go to Santiago. And so this is where I only have 188 kilometers. So it's probably about 125 miles if I was going to guess that I had to go yet, or 100 miles. I don't know. Uh, yeah. So that's a nice map for us to have. Okay. And here's some more of Leslie's. Oh, you're gonna hear me now. Yeah, here we go. Okay, so the ocean's back there. I'm on the coastal trail, but they wanted us, I guess. I don't know who wanted us to go up the hill, so I'm way up. This is day 7, I think. I'm headed to Anna's house. She's from Florida. Oh, I bought some jewelry from her. Some of you may know of that jewelry. I wore it at the retreat and I wore it to RV. Anyway, so this is kind of my view every day. Or not every day, but today. This is my view for today. Yeah, my spirits are staying high. Of course, it hasn't rained for 48 hours, which is absolutely awesome. And well, I'm hoping I'm going the right way. I hope I am. There's 2 trails, but one was really muddy. So it's interesting how this happens. Should I go down there? This is what happens. Yeah, there's a kind of like a trail down to the other trail that I bypassed before. I think I'll just go ahead and take it. It probably goes the same place. I can't get lost. The water is back the other direction. When you have water, you can always, I think it was to go that way. So, all right, you guys, which way do we go? I'm obviously seeing some fellow hikers up here. I'm gonna ask them. Yeah, so that's what I did. I asked them which way to go, and then I went. I liked putting flowers in my hair, I guess, because I've been doing that even back in the day. I was wearing flowers in my hair. I just like really fresh flowers if I can find them. And I didn't. Somebody asked me in the group last and Friday at Donuts that if I got in trouble for not too many, not so many environmental issues. There's flowers were growing out of the trash, for goodness sakes. So they were plentiful and we're not as worried about environment because the environment is rampant and good, and they take care of their they take care of the trash, they take care of their any kind of the food and everything else. So they are conscious, very, very conscious, but picking a flower is not on their agenda to be in trouble for. Okay. Yeah. Another path. Some foliage. Ooh, I just love it when I get a path with some green. And just, there's another piece of the road. Of course, I had to have them in my hair, huh? And see, these are the boots I have. Vivo Barefoot were my shoes. I started hiking in those in the state park with Mike. Mike helped us help me get started hiking. So I was old but new, I don't do it all the time. But I do hike, but I don't do it all the time. And so he helped me and some clients get back to hiking. Beautiful scenery, right? So I kind of want to move us forward a little bit. That's kind of how I did that in our face to face here to for time because I've only got um 10 15 more minutes. This is that place, that lighthouse, okay, that I stayed in upstairs. It was cute but crazy. Oh my God. And some other pieces of the coastal trail that so I'm with the gal that I was walking with at this point. We're really right next to Spain right now, but we were walking as close to Anna and I were walking as close to the coast as we could during this time. I got more hours and more miles in when she was with me, which is understandable. Yeah, I'm starting to feel good now. Oh, yes, we're getting into and by the way, the little necklace Anne made and I picked it up when I was there at her house. I did take a rest there and for a couple of days and had a meal with her and her friends, and that was sweet. And this is us getting very close, if not already in Spain. She's gonna she's gonna be watching this going, Leslie, this is where we were. But anyway, I'm getting a little bit cocky, huh? Thanks, Anna, for taking that picture. Oh gosh. Okay, so yeah, one of the best parts of the whole trip, I guess, was watching all this the surfers. I got a funny story here coming up, but here are some of the walkers and of course, oh, I love this picture because it kind of gives you. We start at this point in the whole Camino. This is when people started showing up because there wasn't a lot of people at the before here, and this is and when there was just a lot more people. I think Anna might have taken this picture. Um, we're getting to we're very close, if not in Agardia. And yeah, I think she might have taken some of these pictures. All right, so let's see where we are. I think that might be the end of that one. Okay, so I'm gonna move us over here into a funny story. There's Anna up here on the right, and hopefully you're looking at this on a screen, for goodness sakes, because that morning I was sipping on my espresso and I met a guy, a Spanish dude, and we started talking and he was a police officer. So I said, well, what do you do here? Because there's no crime. And he said, one country has the speed bumps and the other doesn't. So they start speeding into the other country, then we get the stuff. I had trouble wrapping my head around what he did, but I came to the conclusion a few days later, oh my gosh, he monitors speed bumps. And yeah, and anyway, he was also monitored the little boats that would go across from Portugal to Spain on this hike. And so this is when I get to the little boats. And of course, this is to the women that are watching the eye candy out from the from they were embarrassed, but I asked them to wave to the US ladies, and of course it was nice to see them. Eye candy, well, the highlight of my trip. One of the highlights anyway. Okay, and of course we did. I was standing up in the boat trying to, and was going to take a picture of these other guys in the boat. They said, no, it's a police. And I go, police. And there's the guy I met this morning. And course, I became the star of the boat because they wanted to know where I found this good looking man. And there he is standing up. And there he is waving at me. Yes, yes, I was having fun as I like to do. Okay, this is me and Anna in our boat in the um the lifesavers and stuff. Okay, so moving on. We're getting to a really cool place here soon. I mean, it's all cool, but started heading up a hill. We had already gone, I don't know, 4 or 5 miles or so, 5 miles maybe, and then 6, maybe even more. I don't know, 8, I don't know. But that day we did 12.7 miles. And so I didn't know it was going to be straight uphill to our next accommodation, but it was. And boy, did we ever get rewarded at the top. So here we are, we're coming up. We keep going up and see these this little hut here. It's where they put grain or made the grain. I'm not sure that I remember exactly, but I walked in to one and there was some seating in there. And here's the hotel at the top of the hill. Of course, these ladies were in the lobby when I got there and they said, "Oh, you're our hero." And what I knew that I must have been panning trying to get up this hill. I was. But look, 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 look at this view. Look. And this was the following morning from the hotel balcony. Wow. Yes. Beautiful. Beautiful. And one of the pathways up that hill, we're still going up the hill. I think that was on my way up the hill. I think it was. That was a nice big sign for us, huh? This was either at the bottom of the hill or on, you know, oh, let me see what I've got here for a movie. Let's see what I've got. Was I just trying to take a picture? I think so. I was just trying to take a picture. Oh well, that was cute. Okay. Yeah, so here's our map again, checking out where we are. I don't know, guys, somewhere along here, somewhere in here. Okay. Yeah. We crossed over into Spain, that's for sure. Okay. And here's another map of the walk. It's Santiago de Castello. Yeah. Capistello means where you pick up is where we picked up our credentials. Okay. Small. Oh, that was a pretty picture, huh? That was really sweet. I'm by myself again because I remember that trail. Yeah, I'm by myself. I have that Celtic t-shirt that I got in Agardia. And I'm a sucker for a sunset. So I made sure I got that sunset in there. Ooh, that's back at Agardia. One of the pictures from up at the top at the hotel. Either myself or yeah. I'm not sure why I took this picture, but I think it was a group of people on a tour. It doesn't look like the Camino group as much, but I get, it could be standing on the corner. Of course, he's cute. I took a picture of him. And again, this is back at Agart from that hotel and looking over the clouds there. The pictures aren't quite in order, but it kind of gives you the flavor of the experience of the Camino every morning, you know, having my eye on the ball. Where is it that I'm going to sleep tonight? How am I going to, you know, what am I going to do? And where am I going to stop first? Again, I didn't start walking every morning. I liked hanging out in the morning and in the different towns or in the neighborhoods and stuff. And I loved the flowers. So if it was a flowery day, I stopped a lot trying to get there on time. One day I got lost and I ran out of steam on my battery pack and everything. And some guy taking out his trash walked me to my hotel accommodation that we found. Okay, I knew it was within 2 miles, so he walked me there, which was very sweet. And people will help the pilgrims on the route, and they did, and that was just an awesome. Yeah. I'm going a little faster right now because I'm trying to bring us to the end. And there's a yeah, of course that's my hiking boots and more flowers. And just a view, some views from the hike. I'm tan, but I'm no filter here. I'm just, yeah, I'm getting kind of tired. More of those Agardia pictures, more flower hills and stuff. I loved finding all the wildflowers and all that. So yeah, let me see. I think that's the end. Okay, let's go into and these pictures again, these are just experience. Lots of food. This was my across from my Airbnb and my fancy apartment that I had in Ponte Verde. And I bought my food here for the 2 days that I was in Ponte Verde and ate in my fancy apartment and washed my clothes in the sink with hand soap and then dried them in with the hair dryer. Because my friend that would be a good way to do it. So that's what I did. And because I had downsized enough. When I was there, I bought another, but bought my last I bought my last uh backpack there. Okay. And Anna wasn't with me right when I bought the backpack and stuff, but I I left my bigger one that I was having travel with me, and the smaller one I left everything at her place. Okay, so that I would pick it up after the walk. There's a lot of hikers here, a lot of pilgrims. And just kind of pictures of, yeah. And I guess if you're, you know, if you're watching this on right now, you could, um, not show that, obviously. And you want to show this, I'm going to let her know that her name flashed up. The kitties and all that. I hope I can get through the video before I have to stop because that didn't work the other day. Okay, so this is something I want to show you and make sure this is something that happened that was, I ran across this, yeah, this shrine, and it just moved me so much. Okay. Okay, this needs video. I'm about 16, I think, miles. I don't know. Every path is different, so I don't know. And from the Camino, from Santiago, Compostela, and here's a like a place where people put their, I don't know, stones, rocks, gifts, whatever, pictures. Obituary kind of thing. Right. Hola. Religious kind of pictures and rocks. Oh, this is like so cool. If I didn't know that the Camino had an effect on me, I am right here. Journey, it's just, you know, it's incredible. Frost. It's like a church with all its candles and stuff. Let's see, let's look at this one. Mother's Day. Uh, it's just it's just hard to say what's going on in my heart. It's just like so beautiful to be walking the path. It was so moving. I could barely stand up. I was just moved. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you might want to pause the video at this moment just to take a breath. But I'm gonna go ahead and move on, okay? And here's my beautiful signs. This one's, and then I have got my, see how I'm packed with rain gear on my small pack now, and I'm doing pretty good here. Attitude is good. That mindset is the thing that took me to the finish line, but that was just a few more things that I just wanted to show you. Okay. Now, here. Okay. Oh, I guess I repeated a little bit here, but that's okay. You see what's going on, some more travelers. The mommies again. Lots of different churches along the way. Remember, we got stamps everywhere we went because of that passport that I showed you in the beginning. I had stamps all along there. Okay. Everywhere we went, we'd get here's another pathway that was very, very interesting. And I'm trying to bring it to the close, okay? But I wanted to make sure. Okay, so my way into Santiago. This is my first sight of the cathedral in the distance. Isn't that beautiful? Of course, the kitty. Yeah. All right, so now I've got a little, as I was walking in and after I saw the, that cathedral, here were my first thoughts when I showed up, when I got there. Okay, I made it. So I'm walking into, I don't know exactly where I'm walking into. This is where the cathedral is. And I think that is the cathedral there. There's a big open space. Oh, people are coming from all over. There's probably, I don't know, 1,000 people coming in today. Every day there's over 1,000, so there may be a couple of thousand, I don't know it. Very, very beautiful place. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna show you a little bit of the front, and then I'm gonna mingle. All right. So. Yeah. It's full of hikers. Okay. Coming up the stairs. I want to go around to the other side where all the open spaces.
Sacaron la tarjeta de embarque, tú sabes que yo soy problema. Pero tú hiciste la fecha de nacimiento tuya.
Ah, no tiene huevo. No sé, pues. I'm not sure if this is where I go. Yeah, I was just making my way in, trying to find out where I picked up my my certificate. Yeah, I'm gonna try to figure it out though. All right. And okay, I made it. And so let's see. So just to kind of show you. So what they do is they give you, you probably can't see my name and stuff, but they give you a certificate that you go into a line, and then people were standing in line, the people that had finished, and you get these little certificates. You had to answer some questions, and it was just surreal, you know. Everybody wears these on their backpack, so you know if anybody is doing, if they're there for the Camino, so you know, not just in Santiago, but along the trail, along the way. And I had these things sitting in the room so that people could view them and touch them. And so this was where, and I got a stamp everywhere. Let me see if I get it. Yeah, everywhere I went. Got some stamps on the back and in the front, all the little places. I think they gave us a number that we had to get. And there was certain places that I know I'm going in and out here, but you get the picture. Okay. Well, thank you very much. I hope this was informative. And I'm gonna put this one out to public, but I'm sending it to everybody. So if you got any questions, just text me. Okay. Appreciate it. Buen Camino.